Rumors of a state of emergency circulating on state media, social media, and denouncing the actions of the person who started the rumor. That's social media. Speaking to C News a short while ago, Minister Gerald Hadeed called the online discussion of the 2011 newspaper article in the wake of the Prime Minister's announcement of national importance today a bad joke.
What he did today was actually, that joker was actually stampeding the country into believing that there was a state of emergency going to be called. Where rumor begins and it's questionable, we have to take heed that this doesn't cause discomfort for many of our people. A grown man who could put this joke into the public domain should have known better. But it seems that some people would really use any sort of thing to gain political score, cheap political points.
Only yesterday, the amendment to the Libel and Defamation Act was passed in the Senate, and today the minister took issue with the misuse of technology. He reassured the nation that another state of emergency is not on the cards.
I'm here today to dispel any rumor whatever of a crackdown, of a crack-up, of a state of emergency, or any such nonsense. And I want to assure the country that we're in the middle of a very peaceful and happy carnival. And rest assured, your government is working in the best interest of all.
Well, joining us on the phone now is the Minister of National Security, Gary Griffith. Mr. Griffith, good evening. Can you tell us how far-reaching were these rumours?
Hi, good evening to you. Well, absolutely nil. There was absolutely no plan whatsoever, even in the most remote way, for a state of emergency being called. This was not even considered in the National Security Council. And again, just by looking at what we're seeing right now, this carnival so far, thankfully, and hopefully it will continue like this, has been the safest in years. And this is because of the work that is being done by the national security law enforcement agencies based on proper systems that they're putting in place, and the country has seen it. So there was never any plan whatsoever for a state of emergency. I think what happened is that when the Prime Minister made the statement about her plans to have to make a statement of national importance, someone put two and two together and got 11, and they just decided to make up something based on their perception, and unfortunately there was a domino effect. And this was primarily based on the social network. I recall when Bill Bratton was here, he spoke about how very powerful and how important the social network could be when there was a terrorist attack in Boston, the proper information being passed on in real time to citizens. But in the same right, we need to understand that persons need to be responsible, because social networking can very well cause a problem in society if someone will abuse the situation and make the wrong statements of national importance, and it can cause fear, it can cause a lot of panic for no reason at all. So I do ask people to be very responsible when statements are being made, because whoever did this, they obviously, I would not like to be that person who was just being mischievous, but just wanted to jump on the bandwagon and felt that they had a perception of what the Prime Minister's statement.
Call on people to be responsible when using social media, but it also raises the question of actually regulating what goes on social media, putting penalties in place, etc. Can this be done? Laws to regulate social media? What are you all doing?
Well, it's quite all right. We have the Cybercrime Act that is coming out shortly. We're actually looking at it, and that is to ensure that people do not abuse the system. And this involves hacking the system that we have seen too often. And again, because of the increased technology, this can be of value towards national security. But if it goes and it gets in the wrong hands, or someone just decides to be very mischievous or decides to mislead the country, and you get that domino effect, and it becomes viral, it can actually do a lot of damage to a country. This situation here is a typical example. It was one person probably made this statement, and it just went viral, and it was totally unfounded. There was absolutely no justification whatsoever, and it put a lot of fear and had a lot of persons actually thinking about what was actually going on. The Minister of Communication, he got on board immediately to quell this, and again, it shows the importance of the upcoming cybercrime bill.
Okay, great. Thank you, Minister Griffith, for chatting with us.